Western New York in Buffalo shows the one in the Midwest region. The Michigan Wolverines taking on the Howard NCAA tournament victory. Georgia St. Louis later, but at the site where Eric Maynor beat Duke. Many years for Michigan, it's the starting lineup you would expect, including the Big Ten Player of the Year, Yaxel Lendeborg, who is a defensive force as well. But the length of Michigan as Cam Gillis plays it to the far side through Alex Cotton and Okoje. Here is Bryce Harris dropping it down low, and that is too strong for
their society.
That is very deep in Howard University's DNA as the ball goes out of bounds to Michigan.
Design play, of course, coming out of there by Dusty May.
Right to the rim, Johnson a block. Cedric Taylor gets two with a Taylor had it blocked. Mara, a closeout expert.
Well, you can see the size disparity right away. And you know, one of the keys here knows less possessions as well.
Jimmy, in a banner year for offense across college, use the break with Mara and Elliot Cadeau and those lead passes to create instant offense. Cadeau for Namari Burnett, who will spin and drive and get fouled by Alex Cotton, the junior out of
best in D1, and St. Louis, who we'll see later, is right there.
Free throw no good. And streaming on Paramount Plus. Burnett's free throw is good, and it's very strong defensive team out of the Mid-Eastern Athletic Conference, the MEAC. Here's Lendeborg. It swirls down.
Affect the shot.
Truly one of the best players in the country. Offense, defense, Lendeborg for Michigan. That ends up out of bounds.
Substitution patterns by Coach Blakeney early in this game.
That jumper is smooth for Bryce Harris out of Suffolk County.
Energy, his offensive rebounding is going to be paramount for the Wolverines.
Cadeau the find. Roddy Gale for three. This won't fall for Bryce Harris. It's down on the ground and rescued by Howard. Okoje for Harris for two.
Nice. Well,
the shot fake on Cotton. He'll drop it off for Gale, who wants Burnett to take it, and that was a smart move. It's a three for Namari Burnett. Howard is nearly in the top 100 in the country from three, 35%. Johnson streaking to the rim, and Morez Johnson will get.
Taking on Michigan, and Coach attended the game to root for Coach K. Little did he know he would be playing Michigan.
A notepad. But, I mean, how about this for a day? Because they ended up playing in D.C. that day at Capital One Arena.
You can see the size differential, so the offense is going to work a little differently because of that size. But good patience, and those were probably the cautionary tales that he was speaking to his team about. Not just beautiful moves, two really good offense. These young men donning the Michigan jerseys were listening intently.
What a hook pass by Mara, just a beeline. Ali Khalifa,
and now you have Mara, who can initiate the offense. 3 possessions now by
Robbie Avila and St. Louis coming up in game number 4 of our night. Mara with some ballet down low.
Harris is
out of the lane on the possible screen and roll. Okoje just caught one of the chops and fought for the basketball. It ends up with Michigan and through down low. Pull up 3, Cam Gillis, why not?
And Cam Gillis for 9. Well, 0 for 2 from the 3-point line, really.
Gale power dribble, easy does it. Did his work very early there, Jimmy. He's got not becoming Roddy Gale night here in Western New York.
Well, welcome home.
Gillis, the answer.
See, now,
Gillis thought he got fouled by Trey McKinney going for the basketball. Mara for McKinney on the cut. And they will count that for the Doe. Catch and shoot. Missed it off the iron. Rebound McKinney. Dime Mara, who's got all of 2 threes all year, misfired on a pass. Howard toe-to-toe with Michigan here. Harris got the kick out. It's a 3 for Taylor. He's got 8 early.
And if they're going to stick Mara onto him or even switch back, he's going to be able to stretch out and get that shot all day. And Will Cheddar not to be outdone.
Flip trip for Michigan. That was a nifty move. got the kick out. It's a Cadeau triple that draws front iron, and Mara just stuffs it right back in. He finisher at the rim. That's a throwaway that Gillis has to throw a life raft to. And he bags his third three out of nowhere. That's an ad-lib.
Again, didn't shoot the three ball only twice against UMBC. Didn't shoot it well.
Cheddar feeling zesty early on. You're sharp.
That's a good one.
Gillis for Harris. Nice. That's a three. Howard, there's no...
You can shoot a quick shot if your team knows you're going to do it because they can get back. It's the quick shots that you know, to set your defense in the last 4 or 5 possessions, 6 possessions. Howard they have moved the ball effectively. You get a shot, now you get an offensive rebound, and now you have shots at the rim.
That rebound was necessary too. It was going to be a live ball breakout.
It really did.
It did.
I'm happy for you, Jay.
Yeah,
That's
enjoy the mundane and enjoy the fireworks. Morez Johnson Jr. right to the rack.
Well, when you
has gotten very contagious for this Michigan team over the years. Double comes from Cadeau, and he springs it loose. It's down on the ground.
Before it's a jump ball.
Tough inbound, defended by Johnson. There's that length, 2 to shoot. Just got it off. That is filth.
Body of work.
Burnett, shot fake, then into it. He got it. That was nifty.
Linchpin for this Michigan team. What you
trying to stir it up.
I'm just saying.
Stir it up.
I'm just saying.
There it is to see a foul. Cedric Taylor.
Right off now. Zone defense. Now the challenge is shot goes up. The rebounding is going to be at a premium.
Trey McKinney, the freshman, who Kenny going to work. He'll motor into the lane. He'll fade away. And he'll knock it down. Brilliant from Trey McKinney.
Provide not only just an offensive punch, but some defense. Better off Michigan will be. There it is.
Taylor again. Cedric to nose with Michigan in this first half. That's Bryson on the drive and probe. It's not you.
Yeah.
It's 2 on Taylor, by the way. Every bracket buster and every buzzer. And Elliot Cadeau's ties to Howard. His brother Justin was a tremendous youth tennis player and then plied his trade
against this Michigan team.
Cheddar shot fake. Got the flyby from Taylor. Drop it off Burnett. He sizzles it in for 2 here, and he just picked up his 3rd personal foul in this first half. So Cedric Taylor for Howard and Michigan. Okoje sliding in, tried to drop off a pass, and Burnett kicked it out of bounds. Gillis tucks it in, got it back. He's met by Johnson. Off the screen, and he'll knock down a 3, and a foul. Clear out a defender. Gillis got the free throw. Cam Gillis, a big first half. 6 to play, get it to Gillis. 3 seconds. Harris, yes! Howard is within 4. That first half, and now he's -6 for the game when he's been on the floor. Cadeau through the trees, and he'll get fouled. Osi Okoje
perfectly to knock it away.
The lead in peril right now until Johnson goes to work and gets 2 and a foul. That is just... Johnson free throw is good. I mean, this is a Michigan team that beat Gonzaga.
Lull yourself to sleep because things come too easy. When you press, it takes effort and energy. Now the focus and concentration, attention to detail.
They'll chase and play tag with Gillis. He's in real trouble, and he gets it across for Okoje. Cotton with 3 fouls, doesn't care. He got the catapult. Mara, Cadeau, Burnett, just like that for 3. In there with 3 fouls. Cadeau 8 to shoot, turns on the turbo jets. Drive and kick to the corner, Johnson. Yes, sir.
This offense.
Okoje over Mara. Oh, man. Bring it on, he says.
Well, you know, his 4th.
He even thought it was his foul.
No, he did.
Johnson trying to drag into the lane, and he scores. 3s on Tuesday in Dayton. That's good. Bleacher Report is
the win to be able to bring that forward to a bigger platform.
Its best moments ever in this very building, 2007, when Eric Maynard beat Duke on the other hoop as Morez Johnson Jr. goes after that basket. He's
paid off.
That's Kyle Gillis, put it in.
Well, you know what? That because of the success of shooting the ball from deep.
They've got 11 of them already, 10 of them in the first half. Cadeau triggers and buries it. Elliot Cadeau. And he'll play it back out for Lendeborg, who's been pretty quiet here. 5 in the first half for Yaxel Lendeborg, All-American, Big Ten Player of the Year.
Aggressive offensively. Huh? So that's him.
Lendeborg. What's that? Huh?
Coach Blackley kind of working the officials a little bit. Hey, listen, this is a more physical Michigan team, and you're calling the chippy fouls on us?
3 very quick fouls on Roddy Gale Jr. all in this half as the free throw is no good for Harris.
It's supposed to win.
I mean, just ask Iowa State in 2001 against Hampton out of the...
Used it as a challenge. He said publicly, our second unit has not been as good since he went out. And it's an opportunity for them to step up and show that they can have a...
Who's on the floor right now.
And what?
Oh, my, what a tough pass. Lendeborg corrals it, and he'll get 2 free throws.
Well, Elliot Cadeau knew got hurt. He's a big guard at 6'2", can defend multiple positions. Shoots a lot, a competitor.
And you also load up to all that. You load up more minutes on.
There's a reason why you talk about being missed.
Gale sticks the landing for 3, and Michigan's opened up. And 8.
The conversation was at halftime on what the game plan was going to be in the second half for the Wolverines.
Use the size. Although Howard's had 3. Gillis against Cheddar. Well, ball fake. Taylor. Nice. Oh, that's filthy.
Yeah,
don't do
good.
it to him.
But he knows.
Missed it earlier. Roddy Gale Jr. from Lewiston Porter High School. That at the rim is not going to go down, and it's out of bounds to Michigan. Down to 8 to shoot. It's Taylor. Head and shoulder fake. Down the lane for 2.
Yeah, you occupy Mara now.
Such a big piece of this team. 19 points for Cedric Taylor. Mara baseline spin, step through, and it was a gentle dunk. For the Michigan Wolverines, the transfer from UCLA wants it, he's got it, and he's fouled.
Field goal attempts, but he didn't really have to be as aggressive. But I'm thinking to myself, I would love for him to.
And we'll see Georgia St. Louis coming up in our finale as Okoje hits the free throw. In college basketball. Rebound for Adai Mara. Turns it back. Lendeborg wants it. Lendeborg driving Gillis. He'll lob it. Oh, that's easy when you see the skyscraper up there. Got him into this basketball camp to really invigorate his love for the game. You don't have to learn that in a camp. Mara is just a wizard.
Gillis up underneath. Got numbers. Oh,
Gillis had a notion for 3. Instead, the mid-range. No dice. Michigan 30 of 44 from the floor. Later on, Mara out there against Cotton looking for some room and some space. He tried to create it, and he didn't draw iron. That is the challenge of being on.
But if it was sunny outside, he would darn sure block the sun. I can tell you that. Wow.
24 for the Wolverines. He arches his back, spinning to the rim. Oh, man. That's just a disaster. That's an air ball. Follow, no. Rebound, Mara. Oh, the hit ahead is a touchdown. Josh Allen would be proud.
Davis, is there going to be the Carolina faithful after this loss? I don't care if you lose Caleb Wilson or not. They're going to be calling for all kinds.
Michigan has put up 93 with 5 minutes left. Watch every men's game live on your computer. Bulldogs, the human highlight sequel coming up for Mike White in game number 4. Rebound down to the ground, hit ahead, and a Bryce Harris run out that he'll remember for a long while.
Yep.
fifth year at Howard. Now playing for the Kansas Jayhawks and really steering their ship.
Yeah, he's been an equalizer for that Kansas team.
Now Roddy Gale, right, and it's pinned by McKinney on Bryce Harris. What a defensive play. And Burnett on the tick. 17-2 run for Michigan. Their losses, by the way, are by a total of 16 points. As that goes down and Howard's Harris isn't done. Will Cheddar is going to fire in the rebound for Gillis. Cam Gillis on the drive, and he will end up with his back turned and put a little stress on your backcourt.
You imagine, right? I mean, because both teams, you know, one of those things you're not going to break down this tape if you're Dusty May, except maybe some versus their opponents.
Oscar Goodman, we are checked in. Also in for Michigan, Malik Cordell, as this will be
Marvin Barnes.
That's a whale of a player there, Marvin Barnes.
And he earned fighting.
Big East basketball.
In the NBA, too.
The double for Cordell. It's Cheddar. He's alone. Cordell tips it to himself and lost it out of bounds. Everything it could tonight. It was a 4-point game at halftime. Cordell dissuaded that shot, and he's going to get called for the foul. Standing over top of Norfolk area to watch the selection show. And then they immediately, Siena had a lead on Duke at halftime tonight earlier, but this was a game performance.
You win your conference tournament, you get to Dayton, you do something special. That emotion that you have around and play this Michigan team, it's extremely difficult to go through that. But I tell you what, if you ask volumes of backs up his words when he talks about these young men when they leave Howard University being better young men.
McKinney at the foul line. And his free throws. Back in 1989 at the Kingdome in Seattle. They're hoping that they can finish final possession. It's Brown. And Powell getting into the lane. B.J. Powell.
You know, what are you going to nitpick at? You know, but those are real things that come back to haunt you against better teams. You know what I mean?
Will take its victory 101-80 to move to round number 2 here in Buffalo to take on either Georgia or.
Again, around the basket is one thing, but he got himself to the line. Was able to take care of that. Have him guard any player, and you can feel confident that he'll come out the dominant one.
His reaction to his